Okay, so we have the slide lock bracket kit. I made the Veranda series from Home Depot. And anyway, they only come in 90 degrees. So the way they're set up is just like this. They're just 90 degrees. You have to have your fence exactly 90 degrees so they really don't move. They don't shift at all. They can go up and down a hair this way, not much, without looking stupid. But this way they can't work at all. So anything off 90 degrees is off. And we do that a lot. I have a fence right now going in a round. It goes, makes it like an S shape. So I need to be able to move these. So I'm going to show you how to melt them and bend them so they fit your fence. You still got to cut your fence to make it look cool at a semi good angle. But at least with these now the brackets will work. Okay? You don't have to come up with your own brackets. You can still make these work. So I'll show you how to do it. So anyway, first thing, get a piece of wood and then just screw it down to the wood. Just like you saw it right there. I just put in a couple screws right here. There's no holes. You just throw it in that void. Anyway, got a couple screws in there. That's going to hold it securely down. We're going to use a heat gun. And the heat gun, you can use a hair dryer or something, if it gets hot enough. I'm pretty sure it does. But anyway, I happen to have a heat gun. You can go down to Home Depot and pick up a heat gun. Only like 20 bucks, I think. But this one's a good one. But still, you can get a cheap one from Home Depot. It works fine for you. And all we're going to do is heat up one side at a time and then bend them over. So the first thing you'll get it besides the heat. Okay, so there you go. I just melted it down. I had to do it with one hand, so I just went ahead and heated it up, and I'll show you again that. You just heat up that area, and it gets hot enough you can keep it down, and then it just works fine. You keep your cutting knife all the way to the ground, and it just moves. It just makes it pliable. So it goes right down, okay? And then once it freezes, it gets cold again and freezes in that position, then you're set to go, okay? So really just want to do the same thing all the way through, and I'll go ahead and show you the end product as soon as I'm done. Just want to make sure you're deflecting the heat from things. Like right now, I don't want the heat anymore here. It's already, it's still a little bit soft, you can see, compared to rigid. Don't move at all. So it's still a little bit soft. As soon as it freezes up, we'll just continue on and keep moving these things down till they're all about the same angle. Okay. Again, once the plastic's cooled, now look at that. It doesn't move at all. It's the same as this side here, real rigid. Okay. So again, you're trying to soften up the plastic without burning it, without melting it. I just want to heat it up to where it's real pliable and move it to whatever direction you want. Again, using something that goes all the way to the ground, like a thin knife like this, little putty knife or something. It goes all the way to the ground, then able to move from the very bottom. Because if you do it from up here somewhere, you'll be moving it right here instead of all the way to the ground. Okay, you want to have everything all the way down so your fence goes right in and touches that wall there. Okay, now we'll go ahead and do these ones and keep going all the way across. Okay, well there you go. It went from that, which is 90 degrees, to really whatever angle you want. Mine happened to be at a wider angle. But anyway, so it gets real nice. It just slips right in, and you have an angle. They don't give you any options, so this is our best option. It's not exactly perfect, but it allows you to bolt it to the post and then have the angle you want. And if you have any better ideas, feel free to post them down below, and we'll check it out. Anyway, if you have any questions, feel free to ask, and I'll try to walk you through it. Okay, the problem we have is these things are off at an angle because, the whole thing is round. It goes back and forth. It was a big S shape kind of thing. But when you get over to here, if they're not 90 degrees, even 90 degrees, things like this, it mounts onto the post at 90 degrees, and it won't hold it. It's got to be at an angle. Of course, you can't do that. It has the weird sleeve in the back, so it can't make that angle. So what I do is melt them down. I melt them down to be at the proper angle. Now it'll hold it. I hope you can see this. I can't see the viewfinder, but now it's set correctly. Okay, I'll show you how it looks. So this is the way it looks without it. I just got to temporarily throw a screw in there to hold them in place, so you can see. Well, you still have to cut your fence to approximate spacing, and then use those brackets. All right. So I'll show you again how to do that, and I'll Okay, when you're installing these vinyl fences, again, you have to have, like, see this dimension right here? This dimension is 3/8 of an inch. Okay, this back wall, that's 3/8 of an inch thick. So you have to take that into account. So what I did here is, you can see they're tight, and so I have to take away 3/8 inch from each side just to get this bracket to work anyway. All right, and I'm going to show you how to bend it and all that stuff. So I just did this so you could see it. You still have to make your cuts. Okay, so the thing looks good when you're finished. So it has to be reasonable looking cuts on this fencing panel. And then the 3/8 each side. So I'm going to go ahead and remove the extra, now that I showed you how to do it. I'm going to remove the 3/8 from each side so then the brackets will fit. Okay?
Alright, so.
Okay, you just want to slowly get it all heated up. Just go back and forth so it's real pliable. You just want especially the base. Let me just say the base. The base is this here. You don't really care about up here too much about pliability. You want this part here to bend. You want this part here to bend. All the base of these things that are going to bend. Okay, so keep the heat down wherever you can keep it. Keep it down there where the base is at. You're trying to heat up the base itself, not the entirety. The rest will just automatically move if the base is melted or heated up. You can use a hair dryer or a heat gun. They have them at Harbor Freight for like 20 bucks or something, you know. So just want to get it nice and hot where the base will actually move and go right to where you want it. Okay, stop that.